Hello, everyone. You are warmly welcome to our 90 Days Excel Skills Mastery Challenge. I am so excited to welcome you today, and we are warmly welcome from our very long break. As you can see, we had some break to be looking at some other aspect and also to do more discussions on how to make this thing more lively. So I am glad we are continuing, and today happens to be our day number 49. We did the 48 where we looked at some errors associated with VLOOKUP and all that. So we are still on the lookup functions, and today we want to look at the modern lookup engine, which is the XLOOKUP. So you would all know that for over 3 decades, we have a VLOOKUP was actually the undisputed king of data retrieval in Excel. Every office that you go, every person that you speak to that uses Excel will talk to you about VLOOKUP. You go for interviews and they ask you, do you know how to use VLOOKUP? Do you know how to do pivot table and all that? It was asked. But we have seen that the business environment and data has really changed tremendously, such that we are now living in a more complex data environment where the structure flow of looking left, right, and other things, which were super error in lookup, was very difficult for us to continue. So Microsoft also thought it wise to develop a function that will be able to address those challenges that are associated with VLOOKUP. So we had an almighty VLOOKUP was then overthrown to be replaced with XLOOKUP. And XLOOKUP is a modern, robust, and highly efficient replacement for VLOOKUP. Ever since I started using XLOOKUP, I have never looked back. I've never gone to, I started using XLOOKUP. I have never gone back to VLOOKUP. I've never looked at it because XLOOKUP is all that I need to be able to help me in my lookup function. So today I am excited and happy to introduce you to this modern and highly efficient replacement for VLOOKUP. And I want you to take critical attention. It is very easy to understand and to use. And so we go on and then we do that. So I'm going to take you through the very component of it and then we start. So let's look at this. As usual, we have some notes here for you to read to understand and all that. We also have something like why lookup is a better why XLOOKUP is a better lookup and all that. I will show you in the video shortly, but let's look at the syntax for the XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP actually eliminate almost all the legacy limitations of the old school lookups that we have, where you have to go back, you have to create helper columns and all that. It was purely eliminated. So it has also the same syntax that we do, but this is treating it in a very different way. So lookup value, which we saw in the VLOOKUP, let's talk about VLOOKUP value. Here, instead of going to look at the whole table called the table array, here we have what we call the lookup array, which could be just one column that we are looking at within the table. And then the return array is also the information you want to return or you are looking for will also probably be on one column. So here you don't have to specify by number, counting them and typing a number and all that. And then if not found, you saw that in the VLOOKUP where we're treating errors, we're using if error statement to wrap around our VLOOKUP so we can determine error code when the value we are looking for is not found. In XLOOKUP, this is built into the function. So you have a function to determine what you should see if it goes in and it doesn't find any lookup value that you are looking for. So if not found, what do you want to see? Very nice. So here we can also specify the match modes and then the search mode, but they are all optional because if you don't specify the exact match, the approximate match within the XLOOKUP, exact match has been made default. So if you don't specify, it will go there. So as usual, we have the value you want to search for from this. So it can be an ID, loan ID, it can be student ID, customer ID, employee ID. It can be any key that you are looking for. You can also be working with ranges and all that. Then the lookup array is the specific single cell or the row where your unique key actually lives, where you want to find them. And then the return array is the specific single cell or the row containing the answers you want to extract from it. So it's very pretty simple and short for us to go. Now the if not found is the optional, like I said, a test or a value to display if no match is found within it. So you can find no record found, invalid records, and so on and so forth. This completely replaces the need to use the if error statement that we have. Then we can also have what we call the match mode. The default is the exact match, like I said. In VLOOKUP, you need to type 0 to show it or 1 to show that. And the exact match in VLOOKUP was made to be 1, where the approximate match is that. So we are looking at the search mode, search default to search the first to the last. So here you can even be able to search from the last to the first, or you can search from the first to the last. So if you are interested in knowing the last items before the first, you can determine it to search. If you are interested in knowing the first items first, you can even search on the wild characters and all that in the XLOOKUP. This is an amazing superior tool. So let's quickly jump to some few examples that we have in this intermediate level. So I have a data here, which is supposed to be my base data for a query that I'm going to do. And this one, I sit in the office and a lot of students will come and then we need to search for their various information. What you do is that some people will do control find in the data, type the person, and then locate the columns. But I prefer building a small lookup report here that will help me to get all that. So if you look at it, I have the student ID here, and then I have to retrieve the student name, which is at the left side of the student ID, which in VLOOKUP, it will not work. Then we also have the academic program to look for from the data set, which is also at the left side of the ID. And you know this is not possible to look up in the VLOOKUP because VLOOKUP doesn't look up left of it. And then we have the GPA, which is at the right side, and then the student fees. So we are going to use the XLOOKUP to track and see if we can pull all this. So first of all, to type any function in Excel, I said you need an equal to sign. And then you type the word XLOOKUP. So as you type XL, you see that the XLOOKUP will pop up. So quickly, you pick that one. Then we need our lookup value, which is the student ID. So it's the student ID that we're going to look for the corresponding information from here. So that is our lookup array. Then we separate it with comma. Then what is the lookup array? The lookup array is the column within the data set that contains the student ID we have picked. So if we look at this one, our lookup array will be the student ID column. So we select that one. And before we continue, I've converted the data we have here into a table form. So that's why you see table 6 student ID. It makes it easy to work with whenever your table is grouped, your data is grouped in a table form. Then the return array here is the column we want to, the information we're going to look for. So we're going to retrieve the student name. So we move to the data and look at the student name column and then pick that column into it. So at this point, we can just close it. And then we hit enter and we get it. Or we can also move to the next step, which says that if not found, what do you type? So we can type, it's a test we are typing in a formula. So bring the double quotation that was established in the previous lessons that we took. So we can type and say that no records found. So when the function goes into the data, it will find no record. We can cut it here because we know that the default for this will be exact match. or we can continue and say that, what are we looking at? So we can type exact match, which is the 0. So we can type 0 and say we are doing exact match. Here we can also extract matches or next to smaller items. We can also do exact matches or next to larger items. And then we can do the wild character match as well as the regex match. At the advanced level, we'll look at how some of these things are applicable. For now, we would want to end it here and then only choose 0 because we are doing exact match. Close your function and then hit enter, and then automatically this ID we have selected belongs to a person called Yao Apia. So you go in and then you get Yao Apia. You can also click select this and get any of them. So we can do the same thing for the academic record as well. So let's see academic record. We start XLOOKUP, take the XLOOKUP, and then our lookup array will still be our student number. Then the lookup value will be our student number. Then the lookup array will be the column where we have the student number. And this time we are taking that off a return array. We are looking at the academic program. So we select the column that contains academic program. We don't want to continue again. So we hit enter, and then we get that Esikwe is doing BSc Computer Science. So we want to look up that of the GPA. The other thing is that we can also copy the same formula, and then you can put it inside, paste it, the normal paste, and then double click on it. Instead of saying return academic program, you can delete that section and then say, now you are returning the GPA. And when you hit enter, it works. So you can do it any how you want it. We can also start again, XLOOKUP. Take your lookup value, which is the ID, and then go to the fees column, the ID column, and then comma, then go to return the fee status of the student, and then hit enter, and then you get it. So you can do a little brush of this one, rearrange them, size it around, and then you have a report. So anytime a student comes to you, you just need to change the ID, and then that student's information is changed automatically. So you look at it, we have Kwajo area, we change it, then we go, and then we have SC area, we can change it, and then we go, we have Kwajo area, we're changing Kwame Mensah, and then we see their programs as well as this. So this is how the VLOOKUP is. Let's just go through little and see. So the VLOOKUP syntax we're looking for is first the lookup value, which is the ID we have. Then the second is the lookup array, which is the column that contains the ID that we have. And then the third is the return array, which is the information we want to return to the cell that we are putting the formula in. And then the if not found is the error message we want to see when no record is found. And then we type what is called no records found. And then we are doing the match mode, which can be exact match, approximate match, and so on and so forth. And then the search mode will be either searching from ascending order or descending order, and all can be explained within it. And that is the syntax for XLOOKUP. So that's a very beautiful one. I have an assignment here for you to use the data to work it out and do. When you go through all these ones, you will build a very good skills that will cut you off a lot of stress at work, because the XLOOKUP is a master to all the lookups, and it is going to improve the work. So now, why do we say that XLOOKUP is better? So XLOOKUP actually eliminates all the legacy limitations of the old lookups. Like we said, the VLOOKUPs, you cannot look up from the left and all that. You have to always count the number of columns that you have, so that you can be able to enter the number and also be able to enter numbers to indicate whether it's exact match or approximate match. The XLOOKUP takes care of all those ones. Now, the XLOOKUP is also very efficient and can solve a lot of the lookups challenge. And so we want you to be able to do that. When you want to read, you come to the functions, and then we have some notes here for you to go through to understand. But for now, We want to end here with the XLOOKUP. See how we have gone through it. Kindly test, try it, work on the assignment, and don't forget to go to the social media platforms and let us know if you have done the assignment, any question that you have. You can also comment, or then when you go through the assignment, you can comment day 49 assignment completed, and then let's keep the engagement. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe it and share with other friends to also come. This place we learn to improve our skills and do our work more efficiently and better. Remember, our goal is to be more productive and be attracted to the highest paying jobs that we can always find around. So thank you very much for being with me. Let's catch up in the next session where we continue our studies. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.